good performance in that, even though you could mostly hear him than see him. Also, the invisibility Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a brand new 31. So, welcome back. So, we're on day 17 now. So, we're more than halfway through our 31 days. Can't believe how fast it's going, but hey, we've got 14 more to go, and that's like 2 weeks. So, yeah, I'm not the only one doing this. There's many of us out here in this horror community that are doing 31 days, whether they be movie reviews, movie recommendations, horror channel recommendations, whatever. It's all to do with horror in the build-up to Halloween. So we're on day 4 now of my Universal week, and today I'm reviewing The Invisible Man. So this is based on H.G. Wells' book of the same name, and I'm assuming this had H.G. Wells' approval because H.G. Wells was alive in 1933. So this follows scientist Jack Griffin in this one. Jack Griffin, who is invisible and is trying to find a way to undo what's been done to him. He perfected a formula potion that made him invisible, and he's trying to undo it. And along the way, he becomes enraged, he goes mad, and he runs away to a remote place where he can try and do his research in peace. He goes to an inn and is wrapped up in bandages. But then, of course, when he gets caught on, he strips and runs naked around, and he's invisible and unseen. And, of course, there's his love interest in it, played by Gloria Stuart. And, it's quite a tragic story, as well as a psychological sci-fi thriller horror. And at the end he becomes visible again, but sadly at the cost of his life. So what did I like about this? Well, Claude Rains. Now, the Invisible Man, he was not the studio's first choice. They asked Boris Karloff. He wasn't interested because they didn't show his face. They asked Bela Lugosi before Karloff. He said that your face won't be seen throughout the picture, and he was like, he didn't want to be in it because his face wouldn't be seen. But then Claude Rains came in and played the role, although we don't see his face until like the very end of the film. He does a great performance with all that bandages wrapped up on him and those goggles or sunglasses. He goes around, and I thought he did a good performance in that, even though you could mostly hear him than see him. Also, the invisibility effects, they were really good how they did it. I've looked up to how they did it and what they did. I can't quite remember exactly what it says. I have to rewatch that bit, that video or whatever, on how they did these invisibility effects. But the way they did it was, very well done, and how they created the illusion of invisibility. I imagine people in 1933 watching this movie at the time was stunned by that visual effect and how he became invisible. And like I say, good effects for its time. And this was long before, computers and CGI and stuff. Because today we just use like visual effects where they put like a green skin suit on, and then the production team just can rub them out or whatever. But 1933, groundbreaking stuff for its time. This was also directed by James Whale, who's no stranger to these universal horrors. Of course, he did Frankenstein in 1931, and then this one, and then did The Bride of Frankenstein. So he did quite a lot of these directing gigs for these movies. And, I think he did great doing this one. And also, the supporting crew we got in this, alongside Claude Rains, were great too. But of course, when it comes to the Invisible Man, the only person that you can picture, or in this case not picture, is the Invisible Man himself, Claude Rains. And of course, this film would go on to be reimagined and updated for the 21st century in 2020 from Lee Whannell, which gave it a whole new spin, but we're not talking about that one now. We're talking about the 1933 original. Of course, the studio thought this was a hit, let's make more of these, but of course, H.G. Wells, I don't think, ever did a sequel to his book. But this one, it's really groundbreaking stuff. It's about 70 minutes long, so again, not a long movie, but probably was quite long then for audiences of that time. But yeah, I thought The Invisible Man, it stood the test of time. I don't actually mind that a lot of these films that I'm reviewing in this week are black and white. I don't mind the black and whiteness. Though I find it sometimes arty in that. And also, don't forget, this was the old days before coloured picture was, well, they had coloured picture back then, but it was very expensive and was probably cheaper to do black and white moving pictures. And I think everyone was used to them back then. But of course, the coloured visuals would come in that decade, and I think they did beforehand. Yeah, I've never really bothered to look up when did coloured moving pictures come in. But anyway, The Invisible Man, it's a classic, it's timeless. This paved the way for many invisibility films in the genre, invisibility, to go in like comedies and horrors, like Hollow Man, which I believe is a loose adaptation because they couldn't get the Wells estate approval, and like I don't know, things that involved invisibility. Um, so yes. Anyway, enough on that. Let's get to my ratings. I will give this one 5 out of 5. 5 stabs out of 5 for The Invisible Man. So there you go. There's my review for today. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description so you can check it all out. Also, you can watch all of 31 on my channel so far on the playlist on my channel. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow, and until next time, don't have nightmares.